in his capacity as a leader. I can tell you today in the morning, I have so much on my plate, but I had to make sure I'm here amidst whatever else I need to do. Yeah. So you need not to say I'm too busy. So a successful leader must be the master of all details connected with his position. That means, of course, that you must acquire the habit of replicating details. So if the best thing with our business is we duplicate ourselves. So you do and you duplicate. You can't be too busy for that. Number 2, unwillingness to render humble service. Great leaders are willing, when occasion demands, to perform any sort of labor which they would ask anyone to perform. So you're asking people to sell. You yourself, are you willing to lend that humble service? When you tell people to do stuff in the business, yourself, are you willing to render that service? Because in our business, it's monkey see, monkey do. People see what you're doing, then they do. And if you're consistent enough, people start admiring what you're doing. And you get yourself that level of leadership. And then you're able to get people respecting you. People are observing what you're doing. Number 3, expectation of pay for what they know instead of what they do. That's the biggest challenge we have in Kenya. You know, people expect everything for you to be paid because you know, but we are paid for what you do. I can tell you what you do is what is going to take you to the places that you are going to be. Yes, you know about carotenoid. What are you doing about it? Like Judy has just said, posters were posted yesterday and the other day about back to school. I did a poster, I posted it, and even me, I was a happy distributor yesterday. I sold some back to school, and that is very, very exciting. And even today in the morning, I've spoken to somebody about back to school. And while I'm on transit, because I'm traveling today, I will be selling my back to school. So what are you doing with what you know? Today in the evening, we have meetings happening. You know there's a meeting, but what are you going to do about it? Have you written your lists? I'm compiling my lists for my evening, specialized evening invitations. So those things are very critical. The other thing is fear of competition from your followers. Wow, many people fear to be, even in the corporate world, when you see somebody coming in, unataka kumkanyagia. That's what happens in the corporate world, or even in politics. But in our business, I thank God, you want the person who comes in your team to be better than you. In fact, I remember Jerry Brasfield said when he joined the business, he was very young. And so basically what happened, in his heart, he wanted to have 10 people who are better than him. And he said, if only I can get 10 people who are better than me, then the whole thing works out for me. And that is a very important thing to carry home today. Get people who are better than you, 10 of them, and you will be surprised what you become, you know. Then number 2, lack of imagination. We've talked about imagination. As a leader, you must be always having things, ideas. Don't always wait for your upline to be the one giving the ideas. Why don't you come up with a crazy idea and do it, you know? Like the young people, if you are on this call and you're a young person, you can decide to do a group for going to Karura for hiking. And you go out there and get yourself like 50 of them, and you invite them for a hike at Karura. And in the process of hiking, you're able to put in a word or two about business, about health, about taking water. And you start creating health awareness and people start following you on social media. Well, that's an idea that has just come to my mind. I had not thought about it. But if you're a young person here, can you think outside the box? And even us as ladies and as men, can men have a nyamachoma meeting where you invite your friends, even for a hike yourself? And part of that conversation when you're having a bite is about health and wellness. And you tell them, I'm going to create a group where I'll be teaching you about health and wellness. You know, I don't know. Selfishness. Some people are very selfish. Out there, people are selfish. If you have a friend who goes to buy clothes somewhere, They will not tell you where they buy because they don't want that competition. But in our business, you can't afford to be. In temperaments, when your temperaments are here and there, I love our business. We always say, number one thing, you must have the proper attitude, PMI, positive mental attitude. You must always have that, no matter what is happening around you. I know we are here, we have our own challenges in our homes. We have many challenges, but amidst that, what is your attitude as you do this? Yeah, then disloyalty. We are members of East African Eagles. When you get into a team, can you be a team player? You know, and all of us, I think in the future, we need to read this book, the 21 Irrefutable, I think something about teamwork. You know, there are those laws of the apple, the bad apple, where one bad apple and put in a basket of nice apples can actually mess up. Even you've seen potatoes. One potato that is rotten starts hurting the other nice potatoes. So in terms of disloyalty, you need to know that you must have loyalty when it comes to like teamwork. Remember here, teamwork means together everyone achieves more. We are here to back each other up. So you gotta be a team player. When we say we are doing a meeting, attend the meeting. Even if you're walking, you're on the road, you're doing stuff, try and attend that meeting. Then of course, the emphasis of authority on leadership. In our business, we don't do that authority thing. We are all equal. It's an equal opportunity for all. So we don't come to thumb down our authority. We have to be there doing our business with sympathy, understanding, fairness. Remember, as we do business, there are people who will lose their loved ones. There are people who will have a sick person. There are people who are going through marital issues. And all those things, when you get to know them, you got to work it in such a way that you're also empathizing with your situation, even as we do business. Then the emphasis of title. You know, many people love titles out there. Yeah, we do that, but in our business, whether you're a director, whether you're a president, team member, we don't assert those titles here. As much as we respect them and we want to get there, that is good. Now I go to the other ones, and these ones I'm just going to read them through. I'll not emphasize on them because it is your responsibility to actually pick up this information and read. And it doesn't take you long to read a chapter and write notes and have that mental information, what you need to work for. What are the 31 major causes of failure? So if you hear somebody say, that business, it doesn't work. Yes, a business can never work. It is the people who work it. Once you understand that, you will never listen to the naysayers and the discouraging committee. You know, out there are many people who are called the DC, discouraging committee. Kenya is full of discouraging committee, starting from your friends and your relatives and whatever, you know. So number one, unfavorable hereditary background. There are people who say, oh, my background. Yeah, it's true. There are people definitely whose life gets bad because of their background, but it's something you can pull through here. It doesn't matter your background. That is a non-issue. What matters is where we are going. Number two, lack of a well-defined purpose in life. There are many businesses that don't give you a life purpose. You're out there just selling things, just doing things, but really you don't have a real purpose in life. Remember, our mission statement can give you a purpose to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And we want you to be happy. I would hate to imagine anyone is on this call and they don't live a happy life. You must live a happy, fulfilled life. So the business will help you have the well-defined purpose in life. Lack of ambition to aim above mediocrity. There are people here who are fearing to become manager. How can you fear to become a manager? A manager, and yet we are going diamond, where we need 500,000 PV in our team. For you to be a diamond 5, you need 500,000 PV in your team, 3 levels deep. Sorry, I added that, but I had to. You know, if you're fearing 250 points, and we are going director. Director is 4,000. So some of those PVs, you just need to look at them and tell them, you mountain, I'm gonna conquer you. You need to have a vision to get to manager, to get to senior manager, and even director. Actually begin by wanting to become a director. If you want to do 4, then doing 250 and 1,000 sufficient. A business, it's a non-issue. Whether into you need a PhD of being lack of self-discipline. Going to control all can control conditions. You first must control yourself. Self-mastery is the hardest job you will ever tackle. Actually, that is the biggest challenge we have in our business, because our business is self-driven. So when you have people who come and they are not self-disciplined, they can't read the catalog, they can't go to YouTube to listen to Eric Warre, to give them a tip about marketing plans. They can't go out there, talk to people and, make it a habit. So self-mastery is the hardest job you'll ever tackle. If you do not conquer yourself, you will be conquered by self. How do you like that? That's scary. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. You may see at one and the same time both your best friend and your worst enemy by stepping into the front mirror, in front of a mirror. That's a deep one. You look at the mirror, you're seeing either your best friend or your worst enemy. Choose what you want to be. The 27 of us here, are you looking at your best friend? Okay. The other one is ill health. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I've had people give a lot of stories about their sicknesses. Even those who are sick can rise up and do business and even conquer the sickness. I like the story of Jocelyn Marango in the US, who was sick, and she rose above her sickness using these products. Today, she's the shining star of America. She has defined America in a different way in form of doing the business. Can you imagine? Then unfavorable environment influences during childhood. Whatever you went through as a child, forget about it. Draw a line and change your life for your generations. Those are the things in church we are told generational curses. Don't go and hang out on those things. Many of us have had challenges where we were used to be told you're not good enough, you're not this enough. That was their opinion, but you can do it. Number 20, lack of, these things are many, I'll just read them. Number 8, procrastination. Wow, that's a big one in our business. Whoa. This is one of the most common causes of failure. Old man procrastination stands within the shadow of every human being, waiting for his opportunity to spoil one's chances of success. Most of us go through life as failures because we are waiting for time to be right. I'll do it tomorrow. Nitafanya next week. Wacha ni set goals zangu. Kwanza hiyo wiki ingine, mimi nitaanza vizuri January. Ama ningoje July. You're always procrastinating. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand, work with whatever you have, and you command it, and you see you're going to make it. So old man procrastination must be thrown out of the window. The other one is lack of persistence. Most of us are good starters. We start with excitement, especially the people who are called sanguines. Sanguines are people who have a lot of energy. They start something, and then all of a sudden it stands still. Then they are looking for the next exciting deal. And then they hear another one. No. You must have persistence in everything. If you look at all the people who've made it in life, they don't make it within 5 to 10 years. if you watch their life, it takes 10, 15, 20 years to be where they are. Listen to Elon Musk and the failures he had to go through before he is where he is. Actually, when you listen to Elon Musk's journey, you'll be like, if I was him, I would have given up a long time ago. But today, he's the richest man in the world. Negative personality. Please, can we work on our personality? That is something we need to work on. A negative personality will not induce cooperation. In fact, people don't want to work with you because you're negative. Number 11, I will not know much about it. Lack of controlled sexual urge. Wow. I don't know why he put it here, but as a man, I think he understands what that means. You know, when your energies are not right, then you put them in the wrong places and you do all the wrong things. I think that's story for another day. So you need to convert that urge into something that is converted to other channels. Whether it's a man or a woman, there's a lot of mess in Kenya because of lack of controlled sexual urge. Then uncontrolled desire for something for nothing. There's no something for nothing. The other day, somebody who is in our team told me, Gladys, sina mshahara this month. She just joined. Kwani sina mshahara? I was like, I think you haven't understood it. What have you done for you to be paid? Lack of a well-defined power for a decision. I'm going to start just passing them through. One or more of the 6 basic fears. You must work on your fears. There are serious fears in the world. You must work on them. Long selection of a mate in marriage. Whoops. If you're young here, I think you better work on it. You don't get the wrong mate in marriage. Overcaution. Don't be overcautious. We make mistakes. So just go out there and stumble through your mistakes. As you make mistakes, you're going to come out a very successful person. A wrong selection of associates in business. I love this. We have good associations. We are trained well. You don't have to worry. I will be skipping some of them. Lack of concentrated effort. You must concentrate your effort on something you want to do. Like, for example, today in the evening, can you create some time to invite? Concentrate on that. Lack of enthusiasm, lack of habit of indiscriminate spending, intolerance, intemperaments. I think inability to cooperate with others, intentional dishonesty. Our business is integrity. You must absolute integrity. Please don't be dishonest in any dealing with your clients. Egotism and vanity. Feeling, you are better than other people. Guessing instead of thinking. Don't be a guess person. Think through things and do it. Lack of capital, that's not a non-issue in our business. We will show you how without capital you can make money. And Judy, I will stop it at that. Thank you very much, guys. I suggest you read these things, especially that page of organized planning. It has a lot of stuff for us. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Gladys. I think everybody on call today, you have learned something for yourself. And you see, this book is really, it really motivates so many of us. Some of us, we have to buy the book, read. I think now we are just reading it again. And of course, you get a lot of insights on what you can be able to do to make your business better. At least these days is even better as you read the book. And then when you go to social media, you get some of these writers. They write a lot of stuff. And if you are able to follow them up, let me tell you, they'll really motivate you. Before we used to be remitted. Because when people tell you I'm good for nothing, you took it to the earth and there was nobody to help you to get out of that. But these days, even if somebody tells you I'm good for nothing, by reading these books, you get it out and it does not hurt you. And you walk like nothing ever happened. And let me tell you, that's why we have been able to stay motivated in this business. And I know, and I'm convinced that each and every one of us is so motivated and is so excited. Let's go to our next topic. I'm going to call the next Linda. And the next Linda is going to show us how we can tell our story when we are doing the business. Let me assure you, you know, when we came to the business, we didn't know how to tell our story. We even didn't know how we were supposed to go about it. But for the many times that we've stayed in this business, now we've been able to learn how to tell our story. And you know, that story is what sells for you. 90% of what you're going to tell somebody is about your story. 10% is how to do it, you see. And it is so easy. And so me, I love telling my story because that is the point that really sells for me. Even when I'm attracting people to my business, it's about telling my story. And so I asked this Linda, who is so conversant with this topic, just done it over and over again. I'm sure he's going to take like 10 minutes. He's going to tell us how to share your story so that you can be able to seal the deal. You see, you seal the deal. We need to seal the deal. And sealing the deal is about telling your story. So I'm going to invite Director Nyambu to talk to us about telling your story so that you can be able to close the sale. Welcome, Nyambu. Oh, sorry. Nyambu, you are welcome. You can unmute yourself now. Hi, Nyambu.
Okay.
Hi, Nyambu.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you can hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you, and good morning, each and every one of us. My names are Coleman Nyambu, as you heard. I am a director with Neolife, and I'm glad that the Lord has given us this time to be together and actually share together some of the things that we need to have so that we can build a business for ourselves and for the generations to come. So I would not spend a lot of time, but I will go directly to what I have been asked to share with us. And it's about sharing our stories. And our story or your story is very, very important. In any business, and more especially in our business, we are the product before we sell the products. So when you speak about yourself to other people, you are actually and basically selling yourself to them. So it is very, very important to know how to do it. It is very, very important to really spend time to master the skill so that you can be able now to do it in a way that inspires the other people to follow you. So I want to start by sharing the reason as to why we tell our stories, because we need to know why we tell our stories. What is the benefit of telling our stories? Why should we spend time to focus on what to say? Okay. So the reason as to why, one reason I've already shared with you is that your story sells you. Your story speaks about you, so it sells you to the other person. And then your story communicates our visions to others. It is a way, when you speak about your story, it communicates your personal vision to the other person, so that the other person can see that there is somewhere you are headed to. And he will start visualizing himself the possibility of him working with you towards that vision. So your story inspire or triggers something inside the other person for the person to look at it like they also want to participate. So your story is very, very important in as far as speaking your vision is concerned. Now, your story also expresses your conviction about what you are doing. You see, when the other person knows that you are truly convicted of what you are doing, there is that possibility for that person to associate. They would want to associate with you. They would want to, they will, it builds that assurance that they are with somebody who knows what he is doing. And people want to follow or want to be somebody who knows actually and who is convicted of what they are doing. So your story is that important. So telling our stories also build believability in the other person. When somebody hears your story, the other person believes that also if the other person is able to do it, then they can also be able to do it themselves. And there is something strange about your story. When you also speak about your story yourself, you start believing in it, even yourself. It builds believability in yourself as well. So the more often you speak about your story, it also solidifies your belief in what you are doing. So it is very, very important to oftenly, as much as possible, to get that opportunity to speak about your story to the other person, because it also builds, when you speak about it, you also believe in it, and you also believe in yourself more and better. So believability is very, very important. And your story expresses believability to the person, to yourself, and the person who is hearing you. Okay. Now, when people hears your story, there is that assurance that comes into them. The assurance that they can also do it. Okay. The assurance that if they can do it, if you can do it, they can also do it better. Okay. So that assurance is very critical, and it is very, very important. We all know that people join us, first of all, when they know us. And people join us not only because they know us, they should like us and they should trust us. Now, when you speak about your story, it helps the person you are communicating to know you, to know who you are. For instance, my name is BUNDI.NYAMBU. I am a married person. I have children. And I started the business because I was invited by somebody who was my friend. And I started because I noticed out of the, I was working with the government as a police officer. And as a police officer, I was earning a salary, and my needs compared to what I was earning were more than what I was earning. And I was constantly thinking of what I can do to try and cover up my budget. And I noticed that for me to at least cover my budget, I needed an extra 10,000 Kenya shillings. So my need was, I came to the business because I was promised if I do what the person was telling me to do, I would get that 10,000 shillings and at least try to balance my budget. That was my initial need. Now, when I speak like that to somebody, first of all, the person would know me. I may not be sure that the person would like me or trust me, but at least I would have made myself known to the other person. So telling your story is important because it drives the person from it covers that point of them knowing you. As of trusting you, there are other things that they would have to consider to like you and trust you, but at least they would have known you by just you speaking about your story. So friends, those of us who are seriously considering being in this business and building it as a lifetime business, we need to understand that saying our stories is a very critical skill that we need to nurture, that we need to know, and we need to be practicing each and every other day, so that we can be able to move people, because it's a people's business. Yeah, it's a people's business. So we need to tell our stories so that we can move people from just knowing us and probably liking us and trusting us and doing business with us. It is that important. And it is a skill that puts to practice our communication skills. We also improve our communication skills very much when we openly speak about our story and speaking with them with conviction from our hearts and our minds, and showing people where we are going. Is very important. Now, I want to, I think we have shared about the importance of speaking to people about our story. Now, how do we do it in a way that we achieve our goal? How do we do it? Now, before we go into how, your story must have some attributes. Okay, that one is also part of how, but I want to share the attributes that are very important in our story. First of all, your story should tell who you are. Who are you? And I'll give an example. I have spoken to you today that you know my name, you know my marital status. Yeah. So basically, who you are is very, very important. When you are speaking about, when you are sharing your story, people should know you. People should know your names. People should know your standing in as far as whether you're married or not. Probably sometimes it may not be important to speak about your marital status based. Now that one depends on who you are speaking to and the audience that you are in, but it is always safe. It is always advisable to speak about your marital status. Yes, because when you tell people you are married, if their intentions were not business, then you would have put them on focus to business. So it is very, very important to speak about yourself and your names correctly. Now, names are very, very important. When you say your name, avoid unnecessary exaggerations. Like if you are Dennis, don't stand up and say, "Mi naitwa Deno, mi naitwa Deno, na unajua mimi hii bizna naipenda." Yeah. You see, say your name vizuri, sema jina lako vizuri. Yeah, because now it is business we are speaking about. Okay, it does not mean that you have to be so serious and you don't joke. I mean, you don't be jovial, but at least be as professional as possible, because you know we are trying to drive people from just knowing us. We want them to trust us, and we want to do business with them. So they should specifically know your name properly. If you are Dennis, says you are Dennis, not Deno. Yeah. If your name is Nyambura, says you are Nyambura, not Nyambu. Yeah, that one is very, very important. Say your name properly. Okay. Your story should communicate to the other people where you are going. So in your story, you should be able to express to people your vision. I want to achieve my goal. I am in this business for this reason. You should be able now to explain your why properly. You are in this business because I want to get 10,000 Kenya shillings. That was my initial, for instance, now I'm speaking on my behalf. Well, my goal has changed. That was my initial goal. My initial goal was to earn 10,000, but now my goal has changed. So when I'm speaking about my goal right now, I will speak what I want to be. I want to be a world team member. I want to have this kind of life. I want to give my family this financial security. Okay, so your story must communicate where you are going. Now, your story must also tell, first of all, in fact, before you go to telling people where you are going, you should tell people where you were before knowing the business. I was a police officer. I used to work. I loved my job, yes, and everything that the job was giving me. But there was something that was lacking in me that I really wanted. I wanted to increase my earnings. I wanted to earn more money. And that the money issue inspired me to start. Now, how was my life when I was not having money? I had A, B, C, D challenges. But when I came into this business, first of all, I just started with hope. Now I have a problem. There are some distributors who exaggerate too much. Let me tell you, unnecessary exaggerations, they work against you. Unnecessary exaggerations, instead of inspiring good people to join you, they make other people feel like it is just a scam. It is just a lie. You call them to come and say a lie. If you haven't achieved anything so far, you just join. You still have a story to tell. What do you tell? I have hope for the future. I have joined because I have seen that other people have done it. And I have seen if they have done it, I can also do it. So I am telling you to join me, not because I have already achieved, but because I am convinced that in this business, I can be able now to attain my first goal, and I can attain the other goals that I desire to have in my life. You don't have to lie for any reason. Just speak your truth. Just speak your conviction with simplicity. It is going to work. Yes, and you are going to attract the right people in your team. So you must speak about where you are before and after, your experience so far, today where you are, what is your experience? Yeah, and even when you are facing some challenges, you can even express what you are feeling or you are facing in a positive way. Yes, you can say, okay, right now, my business is here. And I didn't learn that I needed patience before. But when I came, I noticed that things don't happen as fast as I thought. So I have learned the virtue of patience as I am moving forward. And I am very, very sure over time, I'm going to experience very, very good results that I desire. I have taken this period of time. I didn't anticipate that I will take 2 years to get here, but I have taken two years to get here, and I have learned the virtue of patience. Okay, so you express yourself in that way, and people would always appreciate that. Now, your experience so far, you should also tell people where you are headed to. What is your mission? And you should also express the possibilities ahead. Yeah. So where after you have stated where you are, your experience right now, share with people where you are going. It is very important. It should always tell the person. Okay, it should always communicate to the person. The other person, your story must always show the other person that you know where you're going. And the other person should feel like, I want to go with this journey with this person, because he is very, very sure of the future ahead of him. So I want to be part of his future as I build my future. So it is very, very important to speak about your story all the time. And I can see I don't have a lot of time. I think with that you've jotted down something that is going to help you. Remember that you need to study about how you speak about your story. So with the information that I've given you, try as much as possible to sit down and plan and speak about your vision to other people. Yeah, say your story oftenly when you meet for one-on-one. Speak to people about your story. When you get an opportunity to tell your story, say it with excitement, say it with conviction, say it with belief. Your story sell. Your story is very important. Huwa nasema kwamba ushahidi wako ni wa muhimu sana. Shahidi huaminiwa zaidi kushinda mwalimu. Kufunza watu biashara ni muhimu, lakini kuwapatia ushahidi as far as you have experienced, it is very, very powerful. Yeah, it is very, very powerful to share your experience with people. Your true testimony is very, very critical. It builds a lot of believability. So with that, I want to take it back to our PT. Judy, are you here? Are you with me?
Thank you, Nyambu, so much. Thank you for that. Thank you for taking it over to that level. I'm sure that is what all of us, actually, that is what we need to tell our story in a very powerful way. I tell my story every day. Anybody I meet, I tell my story. And that story is what has been able to build my business. So you are going to take your story very seriously. And I can see the two speakers have spent so much of my time. And so I'm going to ask the next speaker to speak so quickly. Maybe I give him 10 minutes only so that we can close up, so that we don't keep this session so prolonged. I'm sure all of us we are going to learn. I'm going to welcome Bundi to take us through the next session of how to share your vision with your team. Hi, Bundi.
Thank you so much, PT Jude. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well, yes.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. It was so exciting, and as I was listening to Coleman Nyambu, sharing about how to give you a story, and I think it has connected very well with what I was to share, so I will spend the least time possible. Thank you so much, Gladys. It is always a pleasure listening to you. Ukinjaribu kuchambua Think and Grow Rich, that book has really transformed the way I think, and I'm so excited today. So my name is David Bundi. For those people who have not met me, again, the distributors, I know today we don't have the guest, but I joined this business while I was working with the defense, the Ministry of Defense, now Kenyan Defense Forces. I was in Kawa Barracks. And I remember people came to share with us the business opportunity, and I thought I was doing very well. And I didn't take the business so easily. I remember I saw the pay slip I was earning, and when the two guys came to explain the business in my house, I thought niko sawa. But what made me to join is that these people invited us for a presentation in town. So they came to present to us in the house, and then they took us to a presentation in town. So the presentation I attended is what really convinced me to join the business. So I joined the business after I heard the stories of people. So what Nyambu has shared today is very practical. I remember that there I came, I heard Juliet Moikali. I think Juliet is in the meeting today. That day I heard her story saying how she went to Mexico, how she went to all those places. And let me tell you, I was inspired. So what Nyambu has really shared is connecting very well because the story inspires people. So that day I was so much inspired. I saw a soldier who was making quite good, a lot of money. And this inspired me that I could also succeed in the business. And I remember when I explained to my upline director, because I was doing a couple of things, I had taken a loan from my job and put a shop in Kahawa Wendani in Nairobi. I earned a salary. So I was trying to make things happen. And I met this man called Mr. Mugambi. And he challenged me. And he told me, Mr. Bundi, I know you are newly employed and life looks exciting, but are you driving? Nikamwambia hapana. Have you visited any country? Nikamwambia hapana. So he challenged me and he told me that you are working too hard. You need to work too smart so that you can, at your own age, you can enjoy. So this man opened my thinking. He tried to show me the future. So he told me you need to work smart. You need to have a business that can help you to get the income that you are looking in so many other businesses. I've seen people becoming a jack of all trades. So he told me, I want to show you a business that can secure your future. And let me tell you, I enjoyed the business and I started working the system. So my story is very simple because I worked the business for 4 years. I was able to resign and now I'm doing the business full time. But I want to share with you maybe what makes these people to join your team and they be excited with the life. You see, there's one thing of building an army and moving the army. You must know how to share your vision. So I'm sharing how to share your vision. Nyambu has told it, as you give your story, you need to share your story. You need to tell people your story. You need to tell them where you are going. And let me tell you, I joined the business with a lot of excitement. I was so much focused. I had seen some people doing the business. But let me tell you, on the ground, like they say, things are different on the ground. Ukienda pale, people discourage you. They tell all manner of things. They tell you, mwingine nilienda kueleza akaniambia, even my mother was in the business, hata alikuwa manager na alianguka. And let me tell you, I was convinced by Mr. Mugambi when I was almost quitting that go and tell them that you are not like their mother. You are yourself. So when I went to the ground, things were so much different. And I know that is the same thing happening to so many distributors here. When you go to people, you try to share with them about the business. Kwanza wakijua ni Neolife. Wanakuambia ndio ilikuwa inaitwa GNLD. Hii tunajua. Like my online Isaac Dongo anakuambia hii tunajuanga. Hata by the way, tunajua hiyo system yote. And that person has never become a director. So what am I trying to say? Ukitoka huko nje utapatana na wajuaji. You meet people who are going to discourage you. So what is going to make you have that big team so that people can want to follow you? People want to join you. So sharing your vision. And I want to give you the story of McDonald's. I know most of us know the McDonald's. I'm taking the shortest time possible. So the McDonald brothers, they are the people who started this the vision of making hamburgers. So McDonald brothers and this stand of making hamburgers, and it was doing very well because they had a system of moving and making the hamburgers in their hotel. So they started somewhere and they were making these hamburgers and they were moving very fast. So one guy called Ray Kroc was 50 years in San Bernardino. He came and observed, akaangalia akaona how these brothers were doing it very nicely. The system they had. And he tried to talk to them. Na nauliza, what if he's trying to do this business in another town and in another town? What can happen to you? When the McDonald brothers heard this story, they never bought it. They never saw it. They could not see this system being important or going to another town and all over the world. But this guy called Ray Kroc saw it. He saw that this system could be done in another city, and in another city. So this man had a vision. Ray Kroc, he had a vision. So when he shared with these people that he could help them to expand internationally, they never saw it. So what did he do? He went and bought the system. He went and bought the right to the McDonald's, and he became part of the owner of the McDonald's hamburgers. So what happened is that this guy, because he had a vision of opening branches all over, he went out and started selling the same system and the same system. And let me tell you today, whichever town you go in the world, my first time to see it, I went to South Africa, and I saw it in Johannesburg, a McDonald's. So every city you go to today in America, in Vienna, in Australia, in Rome, anywhere you go today, we have the McDonald's. Why? It is because of this man who never saw a small picture. The McDonald brothers could not see the big picture of the business, but this guy could see. So he just bought the system, and he never invented the system. And these people, the McDonald's, one thing you can be sure of is that you can never work in their restaurant unless you go through the hamburger university, where first of all you have to learn how to work with their system. So when you attend the hamburger university, you know how to do their system. So wherever you go today in the world and meet the McDonald's, they have the same system. They use the same system. So my point is, because I don't have good time, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Once you come here, the system is already there. People have traveled the way and they have made the system. Neolife has made a system already. I try to imagine what happened to Judy, because Judy and friend Yoshuki, these are the pioneers of this business. The challenges they got when they started, they didn't have the product. Imagine telling somebody that the product mafuta inatoka South Africa, sabuni inatoka South Africa, LDC, you have to wait for a month when we order. Those people had challenges. But you see, they saw the big picture. They saw this business moving to different destinations. So what am I trying to say? We have a system. You don't need to reinvent the system. What you need to do is you need to follow the system. Follow the system that other people have used. But now you cannot fail to add your creativity. Like Gladys Jura has told us, you need to have a lot of imagination and creativity. So the next thing, because we have a system, is having the builder's mindset. Write that one. Having the builder's mindset. Ray Kroc could see the hamburgers that could move in one restaurant, and he could also see now going to different towns, the number of people he could be able to reach. I had the same mindset. I discovered that when I joined the business, I could see one person joining, two people joining, 4, 8, that two, I could see it in my mind. No wonder today God has blessed me with a team in US. God has blessed me with a team that is so big that I cannot even be able to imagine. I started very small, but I couldn't see it. I remember one time going to the warehouse, Mombasa Road, and I'm challenging all of us here. Please take your team to Mombasa Road. So when I went to Mombasa Road, I used to take my distributors there. Of late, I've not taken them. And then we could go to the warehouse and see the number of cartons of Super Grow that have been imported by Mbivi in Mombasa Road. I could see the cartons of 3NN. Yani unaangalia hizo product, unaona, hey, how do we move these ones? But to me, because I had a vision, I could imagine myself. If I have 1,000 more people doing what I do, how much am I able to do? So I had that vision of duplicating myself, having the builder's mindset. So when you bring these people in the business, please have that kind of mindset that you are bringing these people and you're also showing them how to do it like you. So having a builder's mindset, if I had 1,000 more people doing what I do, what can happen in my life? Today, I usually tell people you never know where you can meet your diamond. Imagine I have president team member in my team. But let me tell you, you can never know who is going to become a president team member in your team. I was dreaming the other day because I've started writing my dreams afresh. And I was telling myself, what if I got other 10 karaoke's in my team? Just 5 karaoke's in my team. What can happen in my life? If I got a Charlie Button in my team, what can happen to me? So have that builders mindset. Start imagining yourself having builders in your team. And the other day I was there, like I told you, I was trying to look at the checks. I'm able to check the checks of every person in my team. And let me tell you, I looked at the checks of all the people in my team, all the directors, all the only team, Akina Grace Chege, Akina Isaac Dongo, I'm able to see. I'm able even to see my PT, what he earned last month. And let me tell you, when you see the kind of money these people are making, you get excited. Why? Because that mindset was in me, building that mindset. So please share your vision and show them how they can also build their own business. Then another thing is dreaming and making a dream come true. You need to show your people how to dream. Show them how to dream. Mugambi challenged me on my thinking. He started showing me some things I could not imagine of. I remember one time we were crying with my upline director, and we were trying to say, sasa mbona Neolife inapandisha qualifications of going to Windsor. They had brought enough from director to emerald director when I joined the business. So I was asking myself, so wakati nimefika director, mbona wanafanya hivyo? Mugambi and me, let me tell you, nilipata msomo. Akaniambia, kwani wewe dream yako ni kukua nini? Are you not aiming to become an emerald and a sapphire director? And let me tell you, I took the shortest time to become a one team from the director, from that level, so that I could be able to go to Windsor. So dreaming and making a dream come true, you have to do it and teach your people how to share it. People skills, help your people to develop the skills that are needed. Then I told you there's how to build an army and how to move an army. Those are two different things, my friend. Building an army is very simple. Recruiting people, sponsoring. We say it is sponsoring, not recruiting. So building an army, those people have worked in the military. Building an army is very simple. But let me tell you, moving the army, how do you make these people motivated? How do you wake up every morning to motivate them? Maybe wameenda huko kwa vita, wametoka nje huko, wameongea na watu, wametusiwa. I remember the referral system that we are using. Unaandika message hivi, unarudishiwa. And let me tell you, if you are very new, you not visit that business again. So how do you motivate your generals when they are injured outside there? It must start from you. You must know how to build an army and how to move the army. So have that mentality of building and moving the army. But you can only do that if you learn to duplicate yourself, because you are the best team player, and in your team, you are the best person to motivate other people. So it starts from you. Benchmark yourself. If you are going outside there and you are getting discouraged, then you need to, sorry for that, you need to motivate other people so that they can reach your level by duplicating yourself. So duplicate it to your people. Show them how to do what you do every day. I've told you the mindset of having 1,000 people in your team. So duplication is the number one key that you need of sharing the vision. Any meeting you attend like today, please, and write it down. Any meeting like you are attending today, make sure that you only have 4 people, at least 4 people. Don't attend a presentation if you have less than 4 people. Kama wewe ni mgeni, kama wewe ni distributor, have 4 distributors in your team. If you're a manager, have 4 managers. If you're a director, have 4 directors in your team. I'm telling you, if you do that, you are duplicating yourself. So I grew my business by sharing my vision. I showed people of where I wanted to be in the next few years. Let me tell you, I could sit down with you like Nyambu said. When you sit down with a person, share your vision. And I tell people, without a vision, the people perish. Because a vision gives direction. You're able to be motivated because you know where you are going. So if you don't share your vision, people don't know where you are going. If you are not sharing your vision, people will not know where you are going because anywhere you have arrived. But if you show the people that I want to develop diamond, I want to drive this kind of a car, I want to have this kind of a team, already when you are dealing with these people, they know where you are going. So imagine a horse with horses, with carrying a wagon, and every horse is going in different directions. Can they move? No. So as a team leader, you must show them the direction they are going, because if they are moving in the same direction, then it causes the wagon to move very fast. What causes the wagon to move is in the same direction is the vision. So the same case, you meet with the people, hawajui wanataka nini, wengine wako negative, others have been injured in their place of work, others have bad attitude. Kuna wengine attitude, my friend, akifungua tu mdomo hivi kuongea, wageni wote wanatoroka, hawakuji kwa hiyo business. So if you share your vision with them and show them where they are going, let me tell you, they start moving in the same direction. Number one requirement is your ability to communicate your vision. Your number one requirement is the ability to communicate that vision. You must work on yourself to know to communicate, my friend. When you sit down with somebody for a cup of tea, you need to tell that person, paka anaona, hey, I hata sielewi what this man is talking about, but let me just join him. So just a cup of tea, unatoa mtu wazimu. Akitoka hapo anataka kwenda kutafuta pesa, but kuna mwingine ukikaa na yeye hata wanauliza unamaliza saa ngapi. So you must know how to communicate your vision. You cannot sell and dream you have not bought. You cannot sell and dream you have not bought. First of all, you have to buy it and believe it. So my question is, are you believing in what you're telling people? There are people seated in this meeting today, even when they are telling people about our product, hawaamini kama zinafanya. They are telling people you can make money, but themselves, they don't believe. So you cannot sell and dream you have not bought, my friends. You need to believe in it. And if you believe in it, it is going to be seen. Actually, Nyambo said, people see it in you. As you share your story, people are going to see it. And one thing that happens with me is that I can see somebody who has bought the dream in my team. So anytime with my nursery, with my small team, any person who has bought the dream, I'm able to see. And as I finish, because I can see now it's 20 past, when somebody has bought the dream, it is translated into the action in the business. They're able to now want to learn more about the business. So guys, what we need to realize is that we don't have time. We have to redeem our time. And any person joining our business, we need to show them that we don't have time. They need to run. And when they run, they start making money. They start seeing it. So we need to redeem our time and make every minute count once we join the business. Any person you meet with, even for a cup of coffee, if you are wherever you are, be there. If you are called to speak, please people, go and talk to people and inspire them. If you meet with somebody one-on-one, inspire them. You never know. I told you, you can never know where your diamond director is going to come from. When Karaoke came in my team, just first, I never knew he could become anybody. When people like Akina Rubane, David Rubane, when they joined my business, I never knew they could become anybody. As from Skumasela to become a director. So you never know who is going to become the next diamond director in your team. The next thing is that we need to create a sense of urgency as we share our story. Create a sense of urgency in sharing your vision. Every time, share it. And my friends, if it has to be, it's up to me. Nobody is going to share the vision for you. I can assure you that. Your upline director is going to share, but it is his business or their business. So nobody is going to share the vision for you. It is you to share the vision. So if it has to be, it's up to me. And if others can do it, I can also do it, and I believe you can also do it. If Bundi was able to do it from nobody to the person he is today, I believe you can do it. And I believe any business is so hard when you are starting. Like my upline director told me, you don't need to struggle. The same effort you are putting in your job. I've seen people becoming a junk of all trend. Wanatoka kwa hii biashara kwa hii. If you can put that kind of effort in our business and start working on your skills, start in developing people's skills, and you start working on yourself, my friends, when the business is starting, at first it is hard. It is like pushing a cart on the hill. There's something that Piti Njude has posted in the WhatsApp walls. Sijui kama ametuma kwa grupu yako, anapost mtu akiwa na baiskeli akiwa anapanda mlima, anaenda ukifika pale juu ni kuteremka. And he tells people you don't need to live like this all your life. And people are living that kind of life. So when you are starting the business, hapa chini, it needs a lot of momentum. It needs a lot of pushing by sharing your vision, by telling people, by firing people in your business. So hapa kwa chini hapa ni ngumu. But ukifika pale, it is so hard for you to calm down. You use less energy. And the exciting part is that you do this when you are young, so that when you become old, you can leave the business to your people. I was trying to imagine myself now, the business that I took. I may not have done so much things in my life. I may not have built the skyscrapers that you may think of. But let me tell you, I know I took something that has changed my life and is going to change the lives of my people. Guys, if your vision does not affect the people won't affect the vision. If your vision does not affect the people won't affect the vision. So it must affect the people that you are around with, the family, the people who you love, your friends, your distributors. You must change their lives so that they can also affect your vision. Because right now, when I was looking at the checks of my people, some people are making good money. Some people are making good money. Imagine a PT making almost a million in my team. So you see, I can't think the same. I affected them. So if your vision does not affect the people won't affect your vision. So you must affect them so that you can change your life. Otherwise, I believe all of us here are winners. You start very small, you grow very big. As you share your vision with the people, you just find yourself growing from one level to another. As you share it within discipline, remember, Gladys Jura talked about the discipline. So many people fail because of lack of discipline. So sharing your story, sharing the vision within discipline, you have to share it with discipline. Please, hata kama hujasikia hiyo ingine yote, share it with discipline, because discipline has prevented so many people from achieving their success. Otherwise, I want to wish you the best. I know all of us can do it. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mbundi, for taking us through that process. I'm sure it's really brought something out of us, that the desire that you have for your people, if we can get a glimpse of it, I'm sure we are going to go places. So like you've heard, you need to build an army. And that is the only way you are able to move forward. That is the way you can conquer this one. That's the way you can win this war. You know, the war of poverty, the war of not having, you see all those things. So Mbundi, thank you so much for taking us through that. And we are so happy. And in close, what I can say is that, just let me get my screen so that I can be able to close quickly. But one thing that I want to tell you is that next Tuesday, we are going to do our recognition. Tuesday from 8 p.m. We also got our chief guest coming that day. Please be ready. I'm going to give out a flyer for that. And I want to congratulate those people who have done something this month. Those who have become senior managers in the last 1 month. I can see we really did perform very well. Last month, I think we had almost 50 people becoming senior managers. The last month, I can see only 5 became senior managers. And I'm sure this month we are going to get that number to 50. Because that is who we are. And so I want to recognize Joseph and Grace Mwaringa, Florence Mwangi, Charles and Irene, and Joseph Mwakuza and Pascal, and Glory Mwenda for becoming senior managers. We do sincerely congratulate you for the job well done. And I became a senior manager in my very first month in the business, and I earned 3,094 shillings. And that is the business that has been able to build me an empire today in around the group. The other thing is I want to recognize those who became qualified senior managers. We have Francis and Mwana Indi, and Joseph Betanda, Joseph and Grace Mwaringa, Rachel Wali, Lilian Wamoyo Wanjiro, David Wambua Mudheki, Cecilia Nyaga, and Bernard Were Nyaoro, Jane Wero and Francis, and John Mogo. That is Jane Wero and Francis Wagura. And then also we had John Mogo. And if you can see the way it's been put there, it's been put with the PVC, the rank of the PV, from whoever did 1,000 at whoever did the highest senior manager, last man, did 2001. That means this person, these are the assistant directors we are waiting for. So these people are ready to qualify and to become a director anytime. And of course, when they become directors, we take them to the next level of recognition, which is the directors. And that one we are going to do on Tuesday. But today, the senior managers was your day. And one thing that I can be able maybe to share with you, that is the reason why do you need to earn a passive income? Why do you need to earn money that you are not struggling to get? And one of that thing that that you really need to do is so that you can be able to quit the rat race. Unaamka asubuhi kwenda kufanyia watu kazi, kushinda huko, you know, unapata salary, unalipa nyumba, unalipa vitu zingine, unajipata una pesa tena, and round and round and round and round you move. And let me tell you, it can be so challenging. And then why you need to have this passive income is to give you time for your health. You see, if sometimes people, they don't sleep, and sometimes it really affects your health in terms of looking for money. But if you do this business, I can assure you, you are going to make money as you take care of your health, and you'll be a very happy person. The other thing is, the reason why you need to earn the passive income is so that you can imply your income. You keep on multiplying. This is the only business that you can multiply your income. I look at the money that I was earning in the bank. Today, I earn more than 10 times what my employer used to pay me when I was working there. Hata kama ningekaa huko hiyo miaka yote, singepata ile pesa napata leo. The other thing is to make you follow your passion. When you have got the money with you, what happens is that you can do something that you love. Like me, this business, it is my passion. I love it. Anything that I do in this business, I love it. And I feel so excited as I do it. And so I want to do it more often. I think that why you need to have passive income is so that you can spend time with your family. Some people have no time with their family. Like you see, like now I'm in the house. In case my children are doing something and they are inviting me, I'm always available because this business gives me that opportunity. The other thing is to one where I'm enjoying my life. I'm earning the money. I'm enjoying the life. I'm having the things that I have. The house that I live in, it's fully painful. There's no room somewhere waiting. It's fully painful. It's my house. And you see now, I can be able to enjoy the car that I drive. It's fully painful. There's no loan. You see, if I want to travel, I don't have to go to the bank to have money for going to the holiday. The holiday, especially there, I'm going to Dubai next month. The company has paid for it 100%. So I can tell you, as I'm managing my money, I'm enjoying my life. And this is the business that we are inviting you so that you can be able to come and be able to learn what can make your life really become better. And it's very simple. What you do is that you just do what we do. And this one we preach every other time. You just have to do your daily habits. Back to basics is using the products. You share this product. You share the business opportunity. And then you train so that you get personal development. So as you make the money, you put it to the proper use. You don't misuse it. You put it into the right place and to the right perspective. Remember, this business is about duplication. It's a business from one person to another. And let me tell you, the more business you are able to share with the people, and the Bundi has put it very clearly. Nyambu has told you how to tell your story so that you can be able, other people can be able to see it. And when you share this vision with people, they are able to catch it. And let me tell you, I'm so excited. Any day that I wake up in this business, I know it is great. And of course, anytime you take a step or anytime you sponsor somebody, you can take a photo with that person, forward it to me, and be able to put it on Instagram, where we have even group _East Africa. And you will be able to put your photo there. Your friends are going to see it. And let me tell you, as you tell them your story, they are going to join your business. And so let's meet at 8 p.m. tonight. We are going to have a presentation. In fact, even if we can have one guest per person, it's really major. Like today is Saturday. I spend most of my time in the house because I do Zoom one-on-ones. So that when it is in the evening at 8, those people now I'm able to invite them for the major presentation. So what I'm saying is the more you share this vision, the more you share this business with the people, it is going to become a reality. May God bless you so much. May you enjoy your weekend. Let's meet at 8 p.m. for another session. Please come with one guest each, and we are going to build an army that Bundi has just told us. To all the presenters, thank you for standing in for us, and thank you for being with us and for giving us your very best. May you enjoy your weekend, and may God be with you. Asante sana. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Bye, Aningao. Bye, Nyambu. Bye, Bundi. Bye, Gladys. Wegesa, bye. Thank you so much, everybody. Juliet, I can see you. Nancy, I can see you. Wanjala, I can see you. I can see many people. Nancy Morioki, Ezekiel Casiera, Susan Kemani, Margaret Tingato, Syria, I can see you. David Wambua and Gao. I can see all of you. Other SU people, enjoy your weekend. I love you. May God bless you so much. May you have the very best for yourself. God bless you so much. Wow. It was such a powerful session. I feel like a new distributor. Yeah, bye. Nice weekend.